everyone. Very good evening and welcome to today's live session. This is Gayatri here. So as you all know, in today's session we are going to be looking at the questions that were asked in the quantitative ability section in the last week's All India mock examination. There were questions on simple interest, compound interest, questions on probability, questions on removal and replacement of mixtures, then questions on partnership, questions on profit loss and discounts. Then there were three sets of data interpretation. One was a caselet type of question, the other two were graphs, and as usual there were questions on simplifications and questions on number series. So this time if you look at the questions that was asked from the topic number series, it was to find out the missing number and not the wrong number. So generally finding out missing number is always easier than finding out the wrong number in the series. Then there were 5 questions on equations, right? This was the general pattern in the paper, and I felt the paper difficulty level was fairly easy this time. It was not a difficult paper at all. You could have definitely scored really well. Okay, let me share my screen. So let's look at the first question for the session is there on your screen. What does this question say? What annual equal installments will discharge a debt of rupees 1450 due in 5 years at 8% per annum under simple interest? So whenever you are asked to find out the annual equal installment, right? See, in examinations the best way to solve such question is to directly make use of the formula, okay, and with that you will be able to arrive at the answer really fast. So what is the formula for annual installment that you pay? So if I say that the formula is stated like this, right? See, the annual installment X, right, is given as 100 into the amount due divided by 100n plus n into n minus 1 by 2 r. So this is your formula for equal installments, okay. So I can say that if an annual payment of X rupees discharges a debt, okay, that is, let us say that debt A, okay, discharges an amount A which is due in n years at R% per annum rate of interest at simple interest, then the amount of each installment, that is X, is given as follows. This is what the formula is. So directly put in the values in the formula and get the answer, okay. So you have to find out what is X. So here X is nothing but 100 into what is your amount due? Rupees 1450 is due in 5 years. So n is equal to 5, R is equal to 8, and you have amount due is 1450. So what will you get? 100 into 5 plus 5 into 5 minus 1 by 2 into 8. So that is nothing but 100 into 1450 divided by, this is 500, and here you will have 5 into 4, that is 20, divided by 2, which is 10. 10 into 8, that is 80. So you have 580. So when you solve this, what will you get? $250. So your correct answer here is option 5, 250. See, otherwise also there is another way in which you can approach this question. The other way to approach this question is to look at the option and eliminate the options which can't be correct, okay. See, if I just, now what am I doing? I am paying equal installments for in all the 5 years, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, there are 5 years. In all of these 5 years, I am paying an equal amount, and when I do that, my debt is getting discharged. Now, my total amount due in 5 years is 1450. So, if I do 1450 divided by 5, what do I get? I get my answer as 290. But what we have to keep in mind is that the annual installment that I pay will definitely be less than 290. It cannot be equal to 290 or greater than that. Why is that? See, every year I pay X rupees as installment. So when we take into consideration the next years, the interest that this X rupees gets, right, that is also taken into consideration, and that will be subtracted, and the remaining only you will have to pay another X rupees. right? So what you have to remember here is that the annual installment that I pay every year is going to be less than 290. So if you look at the options, you can eliminate all of these options and also directly say that the answer is 250. Is it clear? This is another way of approaching the question. Next one. There are 8 blue, 12 white and 4 green balls available in a bag. 3 balls were drawn at a random 1 by 1. The probability of getting white balls in the draw is dash. This is a very easy one. So how many balls are there totally? 8 plus 12 plus 4. So there are 24 balls totally. Out of 24 balls, I am taking out 3 balls. So in what is the total number of cases that can come? 24C3. Basically out of 24 balls, I am selecting 3 balls. Now this is the total number of ways of selecting 3 balls from 24 balls. Now out of this, which is my favorable case when I am selecting 3 white balls. So 3 white balls means out of these 12 white balls, I have to choose any 3 balls. That is my favorable case. So what is the probability that we are looking at? The probability that we are looking at is nothing but 12C3 divided by 24C3. Correct? That is nothing but, what is 12C3? 12 factorial by 3 factorial into 9 factorial divided by 24 factorial by, simplify this, so you will have 10 into 11 into 12, divide this and this will get cancelled. You have 22 into 23 into 24. 10 divided by 92 is your answer. Option 1. Very easy question. Next one. So the next question is on removal and replacement. A vessel is full of sunflower oil. 1/3 of the oil is taken out and replaced by mustard oil. This process is repeated once more. If 10 liters of sunflower oil is left in the end, what is the capacity of the vessel? How will you solve this one? See, again, if you know the formula for removal and replacement, right, it is very easy to solve this question. You can follow the traditional method to solve, but that is more time consuming here. Just put in the values in the formula and you will get the answer very fast. So what is the formula for removal and replacement that we use? See, if I say that there is a vessel, okay, if I say a vessel has A liters of milk in it, and from this I am taking out B liters of milk and replacing that with water, and I am continuing this process, let us say for n times. Okay, if I continue this process for n times, then I can say that after n operations, the amount of milk, okay, amount of milk left after this n operations is nothing but, that is equal to A, that is A into 1 minus B by A whole to the power of n. See, we generally say milk and water when we write the formula, because that is the normal question. Most of the questions is on milk and water. It needn't be milk, any liquid for that matter. Okay, so there is a liquid originally in the container, right? So the let us write it as original liquid to generalize it better. So a container has an original liquid of A liters present in it, and what are we doing? We are removing B liters of this liquid and replacing it with some other liquid, let's say water or any other liquid for that matter, and we keep repeating this process n number of times, and after it is done, the amount of original liquid present in the container will be nothing but A into 1 minus B by A whole to the power n. So here in our vessel, initially sunflower oil is there. Okay, now what are we doing? So let us assume that there is X liters of sunflower oil initially. So what am I doing? I am removing 1/3 of this sunflower oil, or I am removing X by 3 liters of sunflower oil and I am replacing it with X by 3 liters of mustard oil. Okay, so initially there was X liters of sunflower oil in a container. I am removing X by 3 liters of sunflower oil from the container and replacing it with X by 3 liters of mustard oil, and this process is repeated how many times? It is repeated once more, or totally this process is happening 2 times, or my n is equal to 2. Okay, so finally what happens, there is 10 liters of sunflower oil left. So just apply in the formula, what can you say? You can say 10 is equal to, initially how much was there? X liters of sunflower oil was there, 1 minus, how much is removed? X by 3 divided by X whole square. So this X and X will get cancelled. So I have 10 is equal to X into 1 minus, this becomes 1 by 3, right? 1 minus 1 by 3 is 2 by 3 whole squared, or I can, this is equal to X into 4 by 9, or what is X? X is equal to 90 by 4, which is equal to 22.5 liters. What was the capacity of the liters? So initially the vessel was full, right? So what is the capacity of the vessel? 22.5 liters. Option 3 is your answer. I feel for this question, this is the easiest approach. Okay, don't go in for the traditional method. If you want to know the traditional method, the solution key has been updated using the traditional method, but this is the easiest way to solve the question. Next question. Next question is on partnership. Again, see, all these questions were mark scoring questions. For the previous question and I think the first question where you had to find the equal installment, if you know the formula, it's very easy to solve. You'll get the answer in less than 30 seconds, right? Same way this question on partnership, this is also very easy. So let's look at this question. Ranjit, Vaibhav and Sandeep started a hotel with investment in the ratio 10:12:15. After 1 year, Vaibhav withdraws 25% of his initial investment and Ranjit increased his investment by 50%. After 2 years, in what ratio should the profit be distributed among them? So you have 3 people, Ranjit, Vaibhav and Sandeep. So if you look at the first year, the ratio of their investment is in the ratio 10:12:15. So if I say Ranjit invests 10 rupees, Vaibhav is investing 12 rupees and Sandeep is investing 15 rupees. Okay. Now if you look at the second year, what happens? After 1 year, Vaibhav withdrew 25% of his initial investment. So how much is Vaibhav investing in the second year? So what is 25%, or Vaibhav is withdrawing 1/4 of his initial investment. What is 1/4 of his initial investment? 3 rupees, right? So if Vaibhav invested 12 rupees earlier, now he has removed 3 rupees. So he is investing only 9 rupees for the second year. Right. Similarly, what has Ranjit done? Ranjit has increased his investment by 50%. So earlier, if he had invested 10 rupees, now he has made it how much? 10 plus 5, right? 50% more. So 10 plus 5 or 15 rupees. Sandeep has invested the same amount only, the same 15 for this year also. So now what is the ratio in which the profit will be distributed between them at the end of the second year? So how do you distribute profit in case of partnership? The profit is distributed in the ratio of the amount that each person has invested into the, or multiplied by the period for which the investment has been made. So if you look at Ranjit, Ranjit has invested 10 rupees for the first year plus 15 rupees for another 1 year, correct? Similarly, if you look at Vaibhav, Vaibhav has invested 12 rupees for 1 year plus 9 rupees for another 1 year. Sandeep has invested 15 rupees for both the years. So this is the ratio in which the profits will be shared between them, or this is nothing but 25. 10 plus 15, that is 25 is to 21 is to 30. So your correct answer is option 3. 25 is to 21 is to 30. So this is the ratio in which the profit will be distributed between them. So the thing that you have to keep in mind here is that in case of partnerships, the distribution of profit happens according to the amount that each person has invested multiplied by the period for which they have invested that amount. So option 3 is your answer. Next question. A person sells 2 fans for rupees 3,200. The cost price of the first fan is equal to the selling price of the second fan. If the first is sold at 40% loss and the second at 100% gain, what is the total profit or loss? So there are 2 fans, okay. So let us assume that the cost price of the first fan is CP1 and the cost price of the second fan is CP2. Similarly, the selling price of the first fan is SP1 and the selling price of the second fan is SP2. So what is it that we know? A person sells 2 fans for rupees 3,200. So selling price of both the fans, right, put together, that is 3,200. Then they are saying that the cost price of the first fan is equal to the selling price of the second fan. I'm just writing down whatever information is given here, that's all, okay. Then they say if the first is sold at 40% loss. So what does that mean? Selling price of the first fan is equal to 60% of cost price of the first fan, because they are saying that the first fan is sold at 40% loss, correct? So once I know this, what can I say? See, I know cost CP1 is equal to SP2, that is the cost price of the first fan is equal to the selling price of the second fan, and I know selling price of the first fan is equal to 60% of the cost price of the first fan. So if I put in these information that I have in the first equation, what will I get? What is SP1? SP1 is nothing but 60% of CP1. Similarly, what is SP2? SP2 is nothing but CP1. This is equal to 3,200. So from here, I can find out what is the cost price of the first fan, or I can say 160 by 100 cost price is equal to 3,200, or cost price of the first fan is nothing but 2,000 rupees. Yes, so the cost price of the first fan is 2,000 rupees, and this 2,000 is what? This is nothing but the selling price of the second fan. Now next, what are they saying? The second fan is sold at 100% gain. Okay, see what should we find out? We have to find out what is the total profit or total loss. We know selling price of the first fan plus selling price of the second fan is 3,200. So if I find out what is the sum of the cost price of both the fans, right? If I get this value, then I will know whether it is a profit or a loss and by what amount. So what is the information that I have till now? I have already found out what is cost price of the first fan, which is equal to the selling price of the second fan, correct? Now I have to find out what is the cost price of the second fan, right? See, I have to find out what is the sum of both the cost price of both the fans. If I get this, I know what is the sum of the selling price, then I can say whether the total transaction is a profit or a loss and by what amount. Okay, so using these information, right, using these 3 lines, I have found out what is cost price of the first fan, and this is equal to the selling price of the second fan. So how do I get actually the selling price of the second fan? The selling price of the second fan is nothing but the cost price into 200 by 100. Is that correct? See, the second fan is sold at 100% gain. So the cost price of the second fan into 200 by 100, that is equal to 2,000. So what is the cost price of the second fan? It is nothing but 1,000. So put together, right, see, I have found out CP2 is 1,000 and CP1 is 2,000. So what is the total cost price? 2,000 plus 1,000, or 3,000 is my total cost price of both the fans put together. And what is the total selling price? 3,200. So basically I am making a profit of 200 rupees. So what is my answer? 200. 3,200 minus 3,000, right? That is 200. So that is the profit that I am making. That is your answer. Is it clear? It's a very easy question. See, just read whatever information is given and just write it down. When you write that down, you understand that the sum of the selling price of both the fans put together is 3,200, and it is also given that cost price of the first fan is equal to selling price of the second fan, and selling price of the first fan is nothing but 60% the cost price of the first fan. That is, the first is sold at a loss of 40%. So using these, I found out what is the cost price of the first fan. Now I am finding out what is the cost price of the second fan. For that I have used this information, right? The second is sold at 100% gain. So I find the cost price of the second fan. Total cost price is 3,000. Total selling price is 3,200. So there is a profit, and profit is nothing but 200 rupees. Option 2 is your answer. Next one. The weight of a body as calculated by the average of 5 different setups A, B, C, D and E is 45 kg. The average weight of a body calculated by setup A and E is 43 kg. The weight of a body as calculated by setup B is 6 more than setup D and setup C is 2 less than setup D. What is the sum of weight calculated by setup B and C? I think these word setup and all is not required at all. See, weight of 5 different things, right? A plus A, B, C, D, E, average is 45. Average of A, B, C, D is 45. Average of A and D is 43. B is 6 more than D. C is 2 less than D. What is the sum of weight of B and C? That's all they are asking. They have written it in a little different way, that's all, but the question is very, very easy. So, what is the sum of weights of A, B, C, D and E? They have given here that the average of these 5 different setups, that is A, B, C, D and E is 45. So, what is the sum of weights of A, B, C, D and E? 45 into 5, which is equal to 225. Then they have given A plus E is 43, B is equal to D plus 6 and C is equal to D minus 2, and we have to find out what is the value of B plus. So, put what is A plus E in the first equation, what will you get? You will have, if I put A plus E is equal to 43 in the first equation, I will get B plus C plus D, that is equal to 225 minus the average weight of A and E is 43 kg. So, what is the sum of weight of A and E? 43 into 2, that is 86, correct? See, the average weight of A and E is 43. So, sum of weight of A and E is 43 into 2, that is 86. So, what is B plus C plus D? 225 minus 86, or that is nothing but 139, correct? So, B plus C plus D is 139. Now, I have to find out what is B plus C, and here see, I know what is B with respect to D and C with respect to D. So, let us substitute B and C in terms of D. What will you get? You will get D plus 6 plus D minus 2 plus D, that is equal to 139, or 3D plus 4 is equal to 139, or 3D is equal to 135, or D is equal to 135 divided by 3, that is 45. So, if D is 45, what is B? B is equal to 45 plus 6, which is equal to 51, and C is equal to 45 minus 2, which is equal to 43. So, what is B plus C? 51 plus 43, that is 94. So, 94 is your answer, option 3. Next one. So, this next set is also based on partnerships. What is given here? A has invested rupees 50,000 in a company in the beginning of the year. After few months, B invested 40,000 in the same company. At the end of the year, A received 12,000 as his share of profit for the year. In the next year, A and B invested the same amount as they did in the previous year for the whole year. After 3 months, C invested rupees 60,000 and received rupees 4,500 as his share of profit at the end of the second year. So, I am just writing down the information that I have here, okay. So, first year, second year and third year. Now, A is investing 50,000 rupees in the company in the first year at the beginning of the year itself. So, A is investing 50,000 rupees for 12 months in the first year. B invested 40,000 rupees, again we do not know for how many months, and after the first year, okay, A has received a profit of 12,000. So, A at the end of the first year is receiving 12,000 profit, okay, this is the table for profit, and in the next year A and B invested the same amount. So, next year also A is investing 50,000, B is investing 40,000, and they are investing for the same 12 months in the second year for a whole year, okay. After 3 months, C invested 60,000. So, in the second year, C is investing 60,000 rupees. After 3 months, or basically for 9 months in the second year, C is investing 60,000 rupees, and C at the end of the second year is receiving a profit of 4,500 rupees. So this is the information that we have. Now let us look at the questions that follow. Next, in the third year, if A, B and C invested the same amount as before in the second year, what is C's share in the profit of 60,000 rupees? So they are saying that in the third year, A, B, C are investing the same amount as they did in the second year. So how much investment has happened in the third year? Third year, A will invest 50,000, B will invest 40,000 and C will invest 60,000 for the whole year, right? They are investing for the whole year because they have not specifically mentioned for how many months. They just say that in the third year, if A, B, C invested the same amount as before in the second year, what is C's share in the profit? So what is C's share in the profit? See, you can do away with all these, when you find out the ratios, right, you can do away with all these zeros and 12. So basically the profit will be divided in the ratio 5:4:6 between A, B and C at the end of the third year. So what is the share of C? 6 divided by 15 into the total profit, which is given as 60,000. So that is going to be the share of C. So that is nothing but 24,000. So option 3, that is 24,000 is your answer. Is it clear? See, in the third year also, A, B, C are investing 50,000, 40,000 and 60,000, right? And they are staying invested for all the 12 months. So the ratio of profit that C will get is nothing but, ratio of profits will be shared in the ratio 5:4:6, or the profit of C is nothing but 6/15 into 60,000. Now try the next one. To solve this set, the only concept that you need to know is that profit will be distributed among partners in the ratio of the amount that they have invested multiplied by the period for which they have invested. You just know that concept. Solving the questions in this set is very easy. So try the next one. What is the share of A in the profit in second year? So if you look at the second year, right, what is the share of A in the second year? So in the second year, the profits will be shared in the ratio, again do away with the zeros, 12 you cannot do away with because you have a 9 here, right? So you can do away with the zeros. The ratio of profits will be 12 5s are 60, 12 4s are 48, 6 9s are 54. So this is the ratio in which the profits will be distributed. Now here they have given that at the end of the second year, C gets 4,500 rupees as profit. So for his investment, right, basically the amount into the period for which he has invested, which is nothing but 54. For this he is getting 4,500 rupees as profit. So how much will A get, whose product of investment and period is 60? How much will A get? Just find that out, that's all. For 4,500 into 60 divided by 54. So what will you get the answer here as? Get the answer as 5,000. A's profit in the second year is 5,000. So your answer here is option 4, 5,000. Next one. If B invested in the company after 4 months, what will be the ratio of share in profit of A and B? See, in this question, they have not given which year they are talking about. So they are, see, when we talk about B, for the second and the third year, you know that B has invested completely. Only for the first year, we don't know for how many months B has invested. So we have to assume that they are talking about the first year, okay? Otherwise, how do I find out which year they are talking about? What are they saying here? B has invested the money after 4 months, or I can say B is investing the money for 8 months, right? After 4 months means B has invested the money for 8 months. Now in what ratio will the profit be shared between A and B? So how much is A investing? A is investing 50,000 rupees for 12 months and B is investing 40,000 rupees for 8 months. So you'll have 60:32. 8 4s are 32. So this is nothing but 15:8. Option 5 is your answer. Yes, 15:8 is correct. Next one. All of you got it? Good. Next one. If B received rupees 5,600 as his share of profit at the end of the first year, after how many months did he invest in the company? Again, that's very easy. So, if you look at the first year, right? Let's go back. Okay. So, here if you see A is investing 50,000 rupees for 12 months. Okay. Let me just write it down here. A is investing 50,000 rupees for 12 months in the first year. B is investing 40,000 rupees for how many months? I don't know. Now, if you look at the profit, okay, B is receiving 5,600 rupees as profit. You have to say what is the profit of, you already know what is the profit that A will receive at the end of the first year. A is receiving 12,000 rupees as profit at the end of the first year. So, this is the ratio in which the profit is divided, right? The amount into the period for which the investment has been done. So, 50,000 into 12 divided by 40,000 into number of months, that is equal to the ratio in which they have got the profits. Find out the value of the question mark, that's all. So, this will give you the months for which B has invested. Okay. So, this 50,000 into 12 is nothing but the amount that A has invested into the period for which the investment has been made. This is the amount B has invested into the period for which he has invested. In this ratio only they will get profit. So, what do you get when you solve this? This 12 and 12 will get cancelled. You have a 0, 0 which will get cancelled. Then you have to find out the value of the question mark. So, what is again you have these zeros get cancelled. So, you have 5 into 56, 56 divided by 40, correct? 8, or you will have 7. So, you can say that B has invested for 7 months. So, this question mark you get it as 7 months. So, this means B has invested for 7 months. What is the question they are asking? After how many months did he invest in the company? So, after 5 months, totally out of 12 months he has invested only for 7 months. So, after how many months did he join? After 5 months he invested in the company. So, what should your answer be? Your answer should be option 3, 5. You cannot say 7 as your answer. 7 is the number of months for which he invested. The question is, after how many months did he invest in the company? So, after 5 months he has invested in the company. Is it clear? So, the correct answer here will be option 3, 5 months. Next one. The next question is on number series 7, 12, 20, 37, 81, 206 question mark. Try this and tell me the answer. So, what is the logic that's been used here? 7 plus 5 is 12. 12 plus 8 is 20. So, 20 plus 17 is 37. See, what happens here is 5 plus 3 is 8. Okay. Now, here 8 plus 9, right? That is 3 into 3. Okay. That is 9. So, that is 17. So, next will be, next here what you should do is 9 into 3, which is equal to 27. So, here it should be plus 27. Okay. So, plus 17 plus 27 will be what? 44. So, here plus 44. 37 plus 44 is equal to 81. Like that, right? There is 2 steps of operation that happens here. So, here you have 81 plus 125. Now, how do I get this 125? 27 into 3, 81 plus 81. 44 plus 81 is 125. So, the next step that will come is plus 81 into 3. That is 243 plus 243. So, 125 plus 243 is plus 368. So, I have to do 206 plus 368. That is 574. 574. Next. 6, 24, 60, 120, 210 question mark. This was a very easy one. What's the answer here? See, 1 into 2 into 3 is 6. 2 into 3 into 4 is 24. 3 into 4 into 5. So the answer that we are looking for is 6 into 7 into 8, 336. Option 2 is your answer. Next one. Next question is on simplifications, and they have given us mixed fractions. So how do you solve this? Yes, what is the answer for this question that you get? See, it's these are mixed fractions, right? So either you can separate the fractional part or the whole part, fractional part and the whole part, separate that out and solve. Otherwise you can make them into improper fractions and solve. So I am going to separate the fractional part and the whole part and then solve. I find that to be easier. So see, 3 5 by 7, right? 3 5 by 7 is nothing but 3 plus 5 by 7, correct? So I am taking out all the whole part separately. That is 3 plus 2 minus 1 minus 2 plus the fractional parts I am writing now. 5 by 7 plus 3 by 4 minus 5 by 9 minus 1 by 3. So this is what we have to solve. So here this gets cancelled. I have 3 minus 1, that is 2. 2 plus, now I am taking the first two fractions together. So what do I have? I am writing it together. I am taking the common LCM. 7 4s are 28 is the LCM here. So here I have 20 plus 21 divided by 28 minus, here what will I have? If I take this minus outside, I will have 2 plus inside. I mean, this will be, I have to add. So here the LCM is 9 and I will have 5 plus 3, that is 8 by 9, or that is nothing but basically 2 plus 20 plus 21, that is 41 by 28 minus 8 by 9, or that is nothing but 2 plus 41 into 9, that is 369 minus 28 into 8. Whatever it is, at this point itself you know the answer is going to be 2 point some value. So if you look at the options itself, you know the answer is option 1, 145 divided by 252. Okay, as you solve, right, you know the answer is going to be 2 plus some value. So you can mark the answer as option 1, that is 245 by 252. Even if you solve this, that's what you are going to get. Yes, see, when you have 41 by 28 and 8 by 9, so you know 41 by 28 is 1 point some value and 8 by 9 is very close to 1. So anyway, when you subtract, right, it's going to be 2 plus some value. Everybody got the answer as option 1? Good. Let's move on to the next question. This one is very easy. You just have to write it down correctly and solve. 621 by 27 into 2 minus 37, that is equal to question mark. So let's do the divisions and the multiplications first. That's how we do it using Bodmer's rule, right? And keep the subtractions towards the end. So let's do this part first. So what will you get? 27 into 23 is 621. So you have 46 minus 37, that is equal to 9, right? Now, so this is equal to 9, or root of some value is equal to 9, or what is the value of the question mark that we are looking for? It has to be 81. Root of 81 is equal to 9. Here there is a root, correct? So your answer is option 3, 81 here. Yes, everybody got it. Good. Next one. The next question is on equations. Now try this and tell me what the answer will be. Yes, x is greater than y. Okay, let's try it out. So what is given here? 24. See, don't get scared when you see this divided by x squared divided by x. Actually, whenever such it comes like this, no, it's even more easier. So how will you solve this? See, I have 24. What is the first equation? 24 by x squared minus 9 by x plus 8 by x squared, that is equal to 2 by x squared. So the LCM I am going to take it as x squared. So here I will have 24 minus 9x plus 8, that is equal to 2 by x squared. X squared is going to get cancelled. So I have 24 plus 8, that is 32. 32 minus 9x, that is equal to 2, or I have 30 that is equal to 9x, or x is equal to 30 divided by 9, which is equal to 10 by 3, or that is nothing but 3.333. Correct? 10 by 3 is 3.33. So that is the value of x. Now let us look at the value of y. So this is the answer for the first equation. Now the second equation, you have 8.86 minus 3.62 minus 1.01, that is equal to y squared. So if you take this minus 1.01 to that side, you will have y squared is equal to 8.86 minus 3.62 plus 1.01. So if you add these, what do you get? You get 6.25. I have y squared is equal to 6.25, or y is equal to plus or minus 2.5. Correct? 2.5 squared is 6.25, but y is equal to plus 2.5 or minus 2.5. Whatever be the value of y, x is going to be anyway greater than y. So your answer here is option 1, x is greater than y. So only, see, even though in this question x is greater than y, one thing you have to remember here is that y can be either plus 2.5 or minus 2.5, plus or minus 2.5. That is very important. For this question, it is not affecting, so it's fine. But keep this in mind, it should be plus or minus 2.5. Next question. Study the following bar graph carefully to answer the questions given below. So you are given a graph which shows the exports of various products in crores in 3 years. So let's look at the first question. See, the data interpretation set in this paper was very easy, I feel. All the sets were easy. None of them were difficult. So give me the answer for this one. In which year the total exports are the maximum? Yes, this was a very easy DI. Correct. So how do you find out the total exports each year? So they have given here the exports of gems and ornaments, chemical fertilizers, iron ore, coal and petroleum products. So if you consider the year 2010, okay, what is the total exports? It is nothing but this 300 plus 250 plus this 300 plus 200 plus 200. Correct? You just have to add up the export value for all the products. Correct? So you have 300 plus 250 plus 300 plus 200 plus 200, right? See, 200 plus 200, 400, 400 plus 300, that is 700, 700 plus 300, that is 1000, 1000 plus 250. So total comes to 1250. Similarly, in 2011, what is the total? 2011 is red one, right? So you have 350. 250 plus 250 is 500. So 500 plus 350, that is 850. 850 plus 50, that is 900. 900 plus 150, that is 1050. So that is the total export for the year 2011. Now 2012, what is the total for 2012? 100 plus 300, that is 400. Plus this is 700, right? Put together 700. So 400 plus 700 is nothing but 1100 plus 150, that is 1250. So the maximum is for these 2 years, 2010 and 2012. Answer is option 3. Next one. Try this one now. So what's the answer that you get? 25 crore. Huh? Okay. If in 2010 40% coal is exported to USA. So how much of coal is exported in 2000? Totally 200 crores worth coal is exported. Out of this 200 crores worth coal, 40% is exported to USA. Or how much is exported to USA? 80 crore worth coal is exported to USA. Now 35% of the iron ore is exported to China. How much iron ore is exported in 2010? 300, right? Out of this 300 crore worth iron ore, 35% is exported to China. So 105 crore worth is exported to China. Now what is the difference in their values? 105 minus 80, that is 25 crore, right? That is the difference. Answer is option 4. Next. What is the ratio of the value of exports of petroleum products in 2012 to the value of exports of chemical fertilizers in 2011? See, petrol in 2012, how much is the value? 150. Chemical fertilizers in 2011. Chemical fertilizers in 2011. 350. So what is the ratio that we are looking for? 150 divided by 350. That is nothing but 3 by 7. Very easy. One step answer. Option 1 is your answer. Got it? Next one. Find the ratio of the value of 60% of gems and ornaments exported in 2011 to 55% coal exported in 2012. 60% gems and ornaments exported in 2011. So if you see in 2011, 250 crores the total exports of gems and ornaments. So gems and ornaments, total is 250, 60% of that, right? That is what you have to find out. Now next, 55% of coal in 2012. So coal in 2012 is nothing but how much? 350 into 55 by 100. So you have to find out this ratio, correct? Find the ratio of this value, 60% of gems and 55% coal. So find out the ratio. You have 60 divided by 77. 60 is to 77, that is option 5 is your answer. Good. See, this set you should have definitely tried it in the examination and got it correct also. That was by far the easiest one. Now let's move on to the next set. The next is on a pie chart. So what is given here? Proportion of expenditure under different heads in 2016 is given, and based on this you have to answer the questions. What is the first question? Due to new employee scheme in the year 2017, the company paid rupees 6 crores as salary, which is rupees 0.9 crores more than 2016. Then the total expenditure in the year 2016 is dash. See what is given here. In the year 2017, they have paid 6 crores as salary, and which is 0.9 crores more than 2016. So what is the salary that is paid in 2016? 6 minus 0.9, that is 5.1 crores is paid in 2016. Now this 5.1 crores, right? If you look at 2016, okay, salary accounts to 12% of the total expenditure. So 5.1 crores, okay, 5.1 crores is equivalent to 12%. So you have to find out what is the total expenditure or what is 100%. See, in this question you need not solve it. By looking at the options you can say the answer is 42.5 crores. How do I say that? See, if 5.1 represents 10%, okay, then what is the total expenditure? The total expenditure would have been 51 crores. Correct? Now here 5.1 is representing 12%. So basically the salary, the total expenditure has to be less than 51 crores. If you look at all the options given here, all the options are greater than 51 crores, or one option is equal to 51 crores. But I know for sure that 5.1 represents 12%. So my total expenditure has to be less than 51 crore, and there is only one option which satisfies that. That is option 5, that is 42.5 crores. Mark that as your answer. The normal way to do it would be 5.1 into 100 by 12. Solve for this, you will again get 42.5. But here options are given in such a way that by looking at the options you can eliminate the remaining and mark option 5 as your answer. Next one. Expenditure on salary is what percentage more than advertisement? Where is salary? Salary is 12% and advertisement is 8%. Right? So by what percentage is expenditure more than salary? 50%. Correct? See, 12 minus 8 by 8 into 100, or that is nothing but 50%. Option 3 is your answer. 50%. See, they are asking expenditure, that is exact value of salary, right? By how much is it greater than advertisement. So the actual thing that we are doing is, if the total expenditure is X, right, 12 by 100 into X will be the expenditure on salary, and 8 by 100 into X will be the expenditure on advertisement. So the percentage that they are asking for is like this, but you know all this, right? You need not write this 100 and X. So directly just do 12 minus 8 by 8 into 100, 50%. Next, ratio of expenditure on infrastructure and transport to total expenditure is dash. See, what is the total expenditure? If the total expenditure is 100%, right, or 100, what is the expenditure on infrastructure? 13. Transport is 15. So what is the ratio of expenditure of infrastructure to total expenditure? 28 by 100 or 0.28. Very, very straightforward question. Answer is option 4. Next one. So the next set of questions is on approximation. So try this and tell me what the answer is. See, there are two ways in which you can do this. One way is to directly multiply it. Now 8 cube, right, 0.8 cube, you know it is 0.512. Similarly 1.2 cube, that is 12 cube, you know it is 1728. This divided by 1.2 plus 0.8, that is nothing but 2. So you have 2.04, yeah, 2.240 by 2, which is nothing but 1.12. So this is one way in which you can do it directly. Otherwise, you can even use this algebraic expression, right? A cube plus B cube, that is equal to A plus B into A squared minus AB plus B squared. So if you use this, how can you write? Here I have, this is nothing but A cube and this is like B cube. Correct? So what is this? This is nothing but 0.8. The numerator, I am writing it as 0.8 plus 1.2 into A square, that is 0.8 squared minus, you can do it like this also. I feel actually for this question this is the easier way, because we know what is 12 cube and we know what is 8 cube, right? When you know the values exactly, I think the normal method is far more easier than using the algebraic expression. So here you will have 0.64 minus 0.96 plus 1.44. Again you will get 1.12 here as well. So what should your answer be? Your answer should be option 3, right? 1. I think this is the far more easier way to solve it than if they have given us numbers wherein you don't know the cubes easily and all that, then might be you can use this method. So just find out 8 cube, 12 cube, put the points accordingly and get the answer. 1.12, option 3, 1 is your answer. Next one. These questions are on approximation, so you need not get the exact values, you can approximate and give me the answer. So you have root of 5. Now again I don't know what is root 5 exactly, right? So I am just we'll try and find out the roots of the closest perfect square, right? So root 4 is the closest, so this I am approximated as 4. Similarly root of 199 we cannot find out an exact root, so let's find out the root of 196, which we know. Similarly you have to find out the cube root of 515. Cube root of 515 we cannot find out, it's not a perfect cube 515, so the closest perfect cube is 512. Similarly the denominator will become, so what is root of 4? Root of 4 is nothing but 2. Root of 196 is nothing but 14, and cube root of 512 is 8 divided by 2 to the power 4 into 7. So again 8 is nothing but 2 cube, right? 2 cube into 2 is nothing but 2 to the power 4, that will get cancelled. So I have 14 by 7, which is equal to 2. So what is my answer here? My answer here is option 2. So with that we are coming to an end of the questions in the paper. Any doubts in any of the questions that we solved today? Any clarifications that you need? So this paper was fairly easy, no? Like I think after we solved the questions, I'm sure all of you feel the same. This paper was not at all difficult. At least the quantitative ability section was not a very difficult one. You could have definitely scored good marks in this section. So any doubts? So all those of you who are writing the mains examination, all the very best. You have only 4 to 5 days left for your preparation. So what I suggest is revise whatever you have learned and go through or topics which are very difficult for you. Go through the advanced questions in those topics. Try to solve some questions and take the last week, like especially the last 2 days, a bit light. Don't stress yourself too much. It is very, very important that you have a very fresh mind when you take the examination. So if we solve too many problems the previous day and if you're all worked up, no, when you go to the exam you will not be able to solve anything. So keep that in mind and prepare accordingly. Yeah, that Rishi and Raj. Okay, so what is given here? If the salaries earned by Rishi and Raj are compared in ratio respectively, the maximum would result in which year? So if you see in this question, Sony, I hope you have the question paper with you. So I'm just looking at the data given here and reading it out. So might be you can also refer to the question paper when I do this. So they have given the year and they have given the salary earned by each person. So they have given the salary earned by Rishi and Raj for 2001, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Now you have to find the ratio of the salary earned by these two people and you have to say when is it maximum, the ratio, when is the ratio maximum. So if you look at the years, right, now 2001, what is the ratio of the salary earned by Rishi and Raj? It is nothing but 30150 divided by 32775. So basically the answer is going to be less than 1. Okay, so if you look in the options, there is 2001 as one of the options. Remove that option because that is not the case where the ratio is going to be maximum. There are other years where Rishi earns more than Raj. So similarly, try to eliminate 1 or 2 options using this method. Wherever Rishi's salary is less than Raj's salary, remove that option, eliminate that option. Like if there is option 2003, yes, that is also there as option 5. You can eliminate that because that answer there is going to be less than 1. You need not solve that. So take the remaining values, solve for that alone and see which is the year where they have maximum ratio of salaries. Okay. I hope it is clear, Sony. 21st question, that's how you approach it. Now let us look at the 22nd question. So 22nd question, the question says in how many years the salary earned by Kishore was more than the average salary earned by all. So this question is very calculative. If you ask me in the examination, the smarter choice would be just to skip this question because you have to find out the average salary earned by everybody, right? So you have to find the average salary in the year 2001, 2002, 2003, 2004, 2005 and then calculate. Okay. So in how many years the average salary earned by Kishore was more than the average salary earned by all. So what you have to actually do is find the average salary earned by all for each year, then see the average salary of Kishore in each of those years and see in which of these years his average salary is more than average salary of the total. In the examination you should have given this question a miss because there were 3 other data interpretation sets which were very, very easy in this paper. So anything else? Shall we wind up the session? So all the very best with your preparation and wish you all a happy Makar Sankranti. So that is it from us for now and I will see you all in the next session. So keep preparing, keep working hard. I'm sure all of you will definitely get the bank jobs or the jobs that you're aspiring for. Okay, you'll definitely clear these exams in 2019. So don't worry. So take care. Good night. Bye-bye.